Welcome back, guys. These are the highlights for day 3 at the Tbilisi Grand Slam. Head diving. But no, guys, they definitely didn't give Bekauri Hansogomake in front of his hometown in the final against Maizaradze. Maizaradze unfortunately gets thrown here, lands on his elbows, so that means he gets a Shido as well as a Wazari against his name. So Bekauri taking gold at under 90s, and I'll post a video of this whole fight in another video, so stay tuned for that one. And one of the big stories of the day, I thought, was Tajima. Tajima obviously losing here against Bekauri early on, but he had some great performances. This was earlier on, just good awareness, straight into the newaza, Osaekomi for an Ippon, and then 2 huge sodes against really high level competition. This is against Beka. How often do you see Beka go over like that? Here it is again in slow-mo. But Tajima, I mean, he's obviously shorter in the category, but to be able to do this, and he's definitely got the leg power. I like him at under 90s. And this is against Zank. Just another huge one. And this was early in the round. I think it was the second time they gripped up. But yeah, great performance, but this isn't the news. The news is in the background. I'm not sure if you can spot it. Right about here. He's got no coach. He came all this way by himself, fought an Olympic champion, and got a bronze medal. It's pretty crazy. So if you didn't know, Japan is having money problems at the moment. The best team in the world, which is just mind-boggling. They just couldn't get sponsorships during COVID, and they're kind of having to wait until April again, until the sponsorships start up again. So hopefully it's just a short-term thing, but it's still embarrassing and quite surprising. So we talked about Tajima, we talked about Bekauri. The bronze medal went to Silva Morales. I think we have to give him the name Mr. Consistent because he's just always there on the top of the podiums, and he's been there for many, many years. But also, let's not forget Maizaradze taking silver, only losing out to Bekauri. We'll go to plus 100s now, and we'll look at Zalashvili. This was great. This was a great counter against Granda, because last time Granda threw Zalashvili with an Ochigari. So Zalashvili thought about it a little bit, worked out a counter, stopped it in its tracks and countered it beautifully. And in his other contests as well, just throwing people everywhere, and this was probably one of the highlights of the tournament. Huge Ippon, looking for an Obitori Gaishi here, doesn't get it, but then in this sequence just a really nice counter. His opponent goes in for a Makikomi, and he just pulls him back, counters him beautifully. So Zalashvili, really exciting judoka at plus 100s. Granda, of course, losing to Zalashvili, going through the Reba charge and getting a bronze with his awesome Ochigari that he has. And Bakhtiyodov, who also lost to Zalashvili, doing the same thing through the Reba charge, and a nice throw, this time with his Makikomi, actually getting a score and securing a bronze medal. Salamanzi at under 100s, he took gold. So day 1 and 2, no golds from the Georgians, but day 3, I mean, they just cleaned out the heavyweight divisions. And to be honest, I'm kind of surprised they only gave this a Wazari. This Ochigari, I mean, doesn't he land flat on his back? I guess if you go butt first before back, I mean, they can only give it a Wazari and not an Ippon. So silver for Bat Kuyag from Mongolia. And then at bronze, Al Nahas, he took one of the bronze medals with this slick little piece of newaza. And one of my favorite judokas recently, Goncalves, he got thrown. He got thrown for Ippon by Buzakarini. Buzakarini, he's probably got one of the best seoinages at under 100s. I feel like every time I make a top Ippons video, there's one of him doing a seoinage whenever he competes. And speaking of Ippons, we'll get into some now before we go over the bronze and women's medal results. This is Goncalves. I really love his judo, just nice combinations. And it's good to see combinations at a heavier weight. Watch this Ochigari to an Osoto kind of Seoi Otoshi, but he does it off one side of the gi. He's got a really nice Ashiguruma as well. Threw Lupatiliani with it pretty recently. Givanashvili going out here to a nice Kataguruma. Can't pronounce this guy's name. Is it Selidis? Selidis? Silent T maybe? But yeah, nice Kataguruma. Givanashvili had his hands low, which made the Kataguruma just easier to do. This is a great Taniotoshi. Watch what he does with the elbow. Raises his elbow up to get the upwards movement, and then takes it downwards. Uses it to get close to his opponent as well. Really nice Taniotoshi there. Similar one here as well. Similar approach. Using the elbow to get up and in under his opponent. Kosotogaki now, and I was kind of surprised they only gave this one a Wazari. But all is well in the end. Goes into the Osai Komi. Love a good transition from the Tachiwaza into the Newaza. It's probably one of the best aspects of Judo. Aonahas now. This is a peculiar little Makikomi he does here. Really throws that arm across. And Aonahas, I mean, he's a right-handed fighter, as you can see here. But doing a Makikomi on the left side, I mean, for me, coming from a Japanese perspective, that's a really rare thing to do. Grande here. I guess you call it an Ochigari, but it was a lot of top work, a lot of control with the upper body. Grande, he has a really good understanding of Ochigari and upper body control. A lot of the time I talk about Ochikochi, but Ochikochi Makikomi, definitely haven't seen this one before. That's a nice combination. Definitely unexpected. Salamanzi now. And you know when he goes in like that, gets an underhook around your back, I mean, he's probably going to get it. Look at this, he's got one grip now and just initiates it. He definitely wanted that grip, and then he switches to two hands on the belt. Just complete control. At the edge of the mat now, and this is a beautiful Haraigoshi. And he just really swept that leg, just maintained it long enough to kind of rotate his opponent over. And the leg is distant, it's far away, but he manages to do it. Great counter here. White goes in for the, I mean, just trying to tap the inside of the leg. I don't think he was looking for a kochi at all, but gets countered. Just the upper body control there. And lastly, guys, we'll just go over the women's results for day 3. Under 78, we have Wagner. Wagner here, really nice Ochigari. And for the 2 bronze medal contests, one went to Lanier from Israel. Nicely executed Obitori Gaishi there. And the other one, Kurchenko, throwing the Sasai here, looking for the Ochigari, and then just drives with it. Really good work there. And plus 78, we had Hershko from Israel. Nice drop down Sore Suri Kamigashi there. Zhu from China with this counter, and Stevenson as well, winning by Shido. So that's it, guys. Like, subscribe, top Ippon video coming soon. We also have at the beginning of April the Japan selection tournament, which will be interesting. Aaron Wolf, it's an important competition for him, so we'll follow that. And then after that, we've got the Worlds in May, so there'll be a little bit of downtime, and hopefully I'll do some breakdowns, some top Ippon videos for you guys, and some other interesting things that I've got in the works. Alright guys, peace out, see you later.